Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. The match of the first test of the Vodafone Test Series is already over, and New Zealand would have never expected that they would be actually suffering a defeat by 9 wickets here. In fact, James Pattinson was the talk of the day today. The tall pace bowler did a wonderful job there, and he actually rocked the New Zealand boat. And the over that he bowled, the second over that he bowled, he took 3 wickets. He was on a verge of a hat trick. In fact, that was the one which really turned this New Zealand innings into nothing. Actually, they were all out for 150, and then Australia polished it off by actually getting a 9 wicket win. In the process, using Phil Hughes' wicket, and Australia won this match by 9 wickets. And Australia would have never expected that they would have got this match in their hands so quickly, and that's what happened today. As I said, James Pattinson was the talk of the day. On his debut, he bowled 11 overs, 5 maidens, 27 runs, and 5 wickets. His stock ball was his outswinger. With his height, he gets some good bounce. He was able to swing the ball, and that's what he did today. And this is only something good for Australian cricket, because in 2011 he becomes the third player to actually take 5 wickets on debut, after Nathan Lyon, the right arm off spinner against Sri Lanka, Patrick Cummins, a fiver against South Africa in Johannesburg, and now it is the turn of James Pattinson to get a 5 wicket haul on his debut. In fact, as I said, it was the talk of the day was all about James Pattinson. It all started in the ninth over and the second over of the day on the fourth day, and James Pattinson was bowling his first over of the day. The first wicket that he got off of Martin Guptill, the ball bounced a bit, it was a short delivery. Martin Guptill fended at it. Usman Khwaja had shot, like, took an easy catch, and that was the sign of things to really happen for Australia. As Martin Guptill was gone, Khwaja bowled Pattinson for 12 with 2 boundaries. The very next delivery, not the very next delivery, in fact, Kane Williamson tried to flay at a ball from Pattinson. Ponting took the catch in the slips, and he was gone for a duck. And in the same over, Ross Taylor tried to play a shot which was the ball was a good ball from Pattinson, which swung away, and Ross Taylor had an edge onto it, and he was snapped up by Haddin behind the wickets for a duck, and that made the score 17 for 4, and New Zealand were really looking down the barrel. And Dougie Bracewell, the night watchman, was along there with Jesse Ryder, and Doug Bracewell also had a wild swing at a ball from Pattinson, and Pattinson had already taken 4 wickets there as he was caught behind. In fact, that was the 5th wicket for Pattinson. In fact, he was on a hat trick too, but Jesse Ryder got a ball which should have got the hat trick, but it was a Yorker delivery which Jesse Ryder just managed to avoid it. And well, as I said, Pattinson 5 wickets on the bag. He was the top today. 11 overs, 5 maidens, 27 runs and 5 wickets. And James Pattinson, without any doubt, the match adjudicators, gave the man of the match award to James Pattinson. In fact, he allowed absolutely no breathing space for New Zealand by picking up that wicket of Doug Bracewell, and he had 5 wickets in his bag. So, as I said, James Pattinson was the talk as far as the 4th day's play at the Gabba was concerned. After that, Jesse Ryder played some strokes, and he was along with Dean Brownlee. So that was the time, 28 for 5, when all those 5 wickets went go, and the score was taken to 69 by Jesse Ryder hitting some boundaries. Doug Brownlee also showed the same application and the same dedication that he showed, but Jesse Ryder was guilty of playing a shot which he would definitely rue, because in a circumstance like that, when you have 132 runs, it was very fitting. In fact, Jesse Ryder had to really buckle down there, and he had Brownlee and Vettori. Brownlee was there with him. Daniel Vettori was there. Dean Brownlee has played a good innings before. Probably Jesse Ryder had to stay there at the wicket, but a rush of blood there. Jesse Ryder tried to hit Nathan Lyon, the off spinner, over the top. Hussey took the catch, and he was gone for 36 of 38 balls with 6 fours. And then it was done with Brownlee and Vettori. Vettori came in. Vettori stuck to the task, and they were doing it in a mature way. From the 69 for 6 when Ryder was gone, they took the score on to 121, and but just at the stroke of lunch, and this is another good thing that Michael Clarke, the captain, does. He has so much of faith in Michael Hussey. He has become a golden arm for Australia, I would say, because Michael Clarke, the captain, has used Michael Hussey in a very good way. He brought him into the attack, and well, just before lunch, Vettori was gone, caught Clarke, bowled Hussey for 17. Clarke took a sharp catch, and the score made that 121 for 7. Brownlee was joined by Reece Young. Reece Young just stayed there. Brownlee probably thinking that he's not going to get much support, went for the stroke. Peter Siddle tried to cream him, and Warner took a good catch, and he was gone for 42 with 4 fours. Reece Young was not out on 11. And then it was all over. Lyon picked up the remaining 2 wickets. Tim Southee was caught Warner, bowled Lyon for 8. And Chris Martin picked up his 31st duck. Stark bowled Lyon for a duck. 150 all out New Zealand. Reece Young, the wicketkeeper, was not out on 11 with 2 boundaries. 150 all out. That gave a target of 19 for Australia, which they wiped it off. That was just a formality. Bowling figures: 11 overs, 5 maidens, 5 for 27 for Pattinson. Peter Siddle, 16 overs, 3 maidens, 144. Stark, 6 overs for 33, didn't pick up any wicket this time. Nathan Lyon bowled well, 11.4 overs, 2 maidens, 19 runs and 3 wickets. Michael Hussey, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 7. And David Warner also was given some right arm leg spin by Michael Clarke, and he bowled 1 over for 5 runs and would have definitely got 1 wicket there, but Pattinson dropped the catch. Otherwise, David Warner could have got his first test wicket on his debut, probably. And Australia, well, they lost Phil Hughes. Phil Hughes, it's a question mark there. He actually fished at a ball from Martin, and he was caught in the slips by Guptill for 7. David Warner just kept on. He creamed 3 boundaries in his score of 12. It was winning hit was also a boundary. He remained not out on 12. Usman Khawaja was not out on 19 for 1 wicket. Australia winning this match by a 9 wicket margin, and a very comforted. They would have never expected that they would be winning the match on the 4th day itself. So with 1 day to spare, it was just another session to spare, Australia won this match handsomely. Tim Southee, 1 over for 11 runs. Chris Martin, 1 over, 1 maiden, no runs and 1 wicket. Doug Bracewell just bowled 2 balls, and both the balls were hit for boundaries by David Warner to bring an end to the match. And James Pattinson was the one who actually won the match for Australia, I would say. So he was the talk of the day. He has pace, he had bounce, he had swing, and he made it very impossible for the life impossible for the New Zealand batsmen, and he was all over them, and they had no answer to the James Pattinson swing bowling. And James Pattinson, well, I can say that now he's another prospect, future test prospect, and it's very good to see the Australian bowling pantheon getting a lot of competition now. And now the focus shifts on to Hobart, where the second test starts. So that is another opportunity for New Zealand to square the series, because it's going to be a 2-test series. Whether that happens, one has to wait and watch. But all in all, for New Zealand, well, they have to do a lot of working as far as the second test is concerned. Only it was Daniel Vettori and Dean Brownlee who came to the fore. Other than that, the top order has to really work on their batting. As far as the bowling was concerned, well, it was Doug Bracewell was not so impressive. Chris Martin bowled very well. And for Australia, well, many good things were happening there. David Warner was just looking in form yesterday. Phil Hughes, as I said, the question mark lies over him. Usman Khawaja and Ponting were impressive. Brad Haddin played well. Mitchell Stark's debut was good. So there are a lot of positives for Australia to take here. And for New Zealand, they have to really work hard to get onto the second test at Hobart. As Hobart will be okay. And one more thing that I would like to say is Australia preserved their winning run at the Gabba in Brisbane, where they have not lost a single test. So that says it all. So Australia, for them, it's a happy hunting ground, and it continues to be. And every team which has played Australia at the Gabba has really struggled. So Hobart would be a different kettle of fish probably. But as I said, New Zealand have to really work on. And tomorrow there's going to be the third one-day international, which is going to be starting between India and West Indies. And West Indies are definitely searching for that win. Whether that would happen, we'll know tomorrow. And it has been a pleasure sharing the Cricket Happenings show with you for today. Thanks for your company, and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram, signing off for the day. Thank you.